and that's his second for his country. He made his debut against Luxembourg in 2014, then he had a 3-year gap to last October and his recall against Albania, and he scored in that game. It's one contribution to World Cup qualifying.
Don't underestimate how important that goal is for Rodrigo Moreno. Be under pressure tonight, of course. Costa, we believe, is the number one.
Just remind you that Morata left out of this squad. The only one. Pedro didn't make it either. Busquets has a foot injury. Great strength in depth, both of these countries. Here's Mesut Ozil. Kimmich. In all 5 games when they won the Confed Cup last summer. It's a team of winners at international level, all the way up from the junior ranks.
And there's great patience in the way they play their football. I don't think they'll be too unnerved by going a goal behind. I think Joachim Löw will be a little bit disappointed that they've been sloppy on more than one occasion. The opening seconds, indeed. Hummels and Boateng in the middle, not too far off. Pretty accomplished striker who finished with a plot.
23rd meeting between the two countries. Germany have won 11, Spain 7. It's very open, very attacking in the opening exchanges. Here's Kimmich with a lovely ball back in. Beautiful ball. And the eventual shot by Draxler is deflected away, and in the middle Timo Werner couldn't quite climb high enough.
That's a good ball from Kimmich, isn't it? It's a good height. I'm not sure what happens here. He just misses it. Maybe he's thinking that De Gea is going to come out and have a piece of him. Should have connected with it.
Not a giant. He's 5'11", Werner. He's in there again. Smacked away.
Das ist eine Hello Fresh Box mit allem, was du brauchst, um mit diesen Zutaten frisch und einfach zu Hause zu kochen. Egal, ob du schnelle und einfache Gerichte kochen willst, klassische Abendessenfavoriten oder Neuentdeckungen, dein Abendessen ist gerettet. Klicke den Link.
Unser Geburtstag, eure Birthday Deals. Nur jetzt das Oppo Find X5 Lite mit dem neuen O2-Go-Tarif, der jedes Jahr um 10 GB monatlich mitwächst. Für nur 29,99 € im Monat. O2 can do.
That throws together South America and Europe on Belgium, 2 of the original World Cup participants back in 1930. But they have made it this far. Is no
Forced into making mistakes in all areas of the field.
remarkable is the symmetry at work. Both have recorded 4 wins in a row at these finals, all by a single goal.
One of this free kick.
Kroos will take it. Hummels was coming in. Oh, that's a great effort. Hector has 3 goals for his country and can hit them from range. And it wasn't far off target.
That was a good strike, wasn't it? Just got a little bit too high and always over the bar, dipping, moving wide as well. Good response here, you would expect.
Torn ankle ligament against Arsenal back in September and only returned in January, Hector. And he was a regular during the qualifying period, actually scored a couple against San Marino and take Germany to Russia. They had a 100% record, 10 wins from 10, the only 100% qualifying record in Europe. Giving it back to Boateng. He does it again. Bayern Munich teammates there, of course. And there's another one, Hummels. Khedira. Ozil. Good football here by Germany, even though they're trailing. Crisp, accurate, short passing. Muller was in the penalty area. The final ball in.
Yeah, I think that was actually meant for Ozil. He was hoping that his teammate was just going to follow and return for that 1-2. Generally a very good purpose and intent with the way they pass the ball, Germany. When they're behind, of course, it just ramps up a little bit.
Spain's qualifying record for the World Cup finals was far from shabby. 9 wins and a draw from then 10 games. The draw was in Italy. It was crucial away. 1-1 it was there.
Yeah, that was the game that really put them enabled them to be in a strong position. They thumped the Italians at home 3-0. Got a few good players out, actually, Germany. There's a couple of people who could give them a little bit more flair, if you like, on the flanks. No, Marco Reus is injured again, unfortunately, the Dortmund player. As is Mario Götze, still trying to find his way back fitness-wise.
Schürrle as well, not in the squad. Jurgen Loh said they have to be very careful about Reus, out for a long time. Missed the last World Cup finals as well. Set it away by Thiago. Talk about the Germans winning titles at age groups, so do the Spanish. Thiago won the under-17 title, he won the under-21 twice. Scored a hat-trick in the final that against Italy in 2013. 5 of the squad came through that team. It's something that England need to work on, Evan, isn't it? Bringing players through from the younger age groups, which have been so very successful in the last 12 months, but actually bringing them through to the senior team.
There's the goal again. That's a lovely pass, isn't it, from Andres Iniesta. As he opens his body and he sees the movement. Play the ball and let the striker do the rest.
Good old spell at Bolton, didn't he? Wasn't a great success there, but he successfully beat Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the Barcelona goalkeeper.
Yeah, you're right, Jonathan. You know, bringing the players through and actually sending the best young players as well to the big tournaments. Even if they've got some senior caps, let them go and experience the tournament football. If you believe they are going to be as good as they will be 3-4 years down the line, and give them that experience of being away from home and with their contemporaries for a while and trying to make it at that level.
Free kick against Jordi Alba. And through his man, down went Werner. He was unbeaten as a German international in his 10 appearances. Tracks Lou, makes the run out wide intelligently to open up a space to Ozil. Didn't make the best use of it. Here's Khedira. Darting up from the back, testing for De Gea.
The idea was nice, just a little bit too much airtime.
You know that earlier move when De Gea stayed on his feet? It's very much the modern way of goalkeeping, because they realise just a touch will send a player down. I think you're going to see more and more of that. Goalkeepers almost standing up to a runner in the box.
Don't start me on goalkeepers, please, John. They're still a protected species.
Silva. Switched away to Jordi Alba, who turned 29 on Wednesday. Barcelona defender. You know, they chucked him out when he was 14. Jordi Alba. But wise enough to bring him back. What a career he's had, 8 trophies. Thiago. Iniesta. Here's Alba again. He scored actually in his, he's got 2 in his last 2 games for Spain up from left back. There's Isco.
To be patient against Spain. Especially when you are behind.
What do you make of Isco as a player? He's 25 now. This is only his 26th appearance for Spain. He's really coming to the fore now, I think, on this international stage.
Yeah, it takes time, you know, when you're trying to break into a squad that has won the Euros and won the World Cup. And so many players for Barca and Real Madrid, particularly, were so dominant in the side. And he is, of course, at Real Madrid. It's never easy, you know. It's hard to displace those guys, and you play a couple of matches over the course of a few weeks, then you don't play for a few months. You know, how do you prove that you are better than Iniesta, better than Koke, better than Xavi when he was in the squad? It's an almighty job to do that. Keep doing what you're doing at one of the big clubs in world football, and you'll get your chance. He's grown at Real Madrid, hasn't he? He's had a little bit more game time in the last year or so. He's been big for them when he's come off the bench as well in the last couple of seasons. Of course, coaches will take note of that.
Seems to have a meandering
control. Is extremely precise. He sees the pass, he can play it, he runs with the ball well. His goal return is probably not as good as it should be for somebody who plays further forward than the likes of Thiago, for example.
Here comes Spain again. They've got a man over in the middle. Silva took it, and Ter Stegen came and claimed it. And I wonder if Silva might have left it there for his teammate coming through, Koke.
Koke could have hit it first time a little bit more easily. Once Silva took the touch, it had to be silky, to be just a yard or so away from him at most. If not, he was going to run away from him, and Ter Stegen gobbled it up quite easily in the end.
Draxler, Hector with the cross, not really cut out, and Muller tried to set up Ozil, didn't get that far. Silva was dawdling.
In his defence, however, Jonathan, he was running at pace, David Silva, in order to make up, to get to the ball. There was a big hole to run into.
Muller bundled into his marker, and he's fouled it.
That throws together South America and Europe on Belgium, two of the original World Cup participants back in 1930. But they have made it this far is no particular surprise. What's perhaps more remarkable is the symmetry at work. Both have recorded 4 wins in a row at these finals, all by a single goal margin. Both have at times come in for criticism due to the apparent lack of aesthetically pleasing football. There is a feeling that Argentina and Belgium have additional gears still to follow. A spine-tingling welcome.
Bayern 6 at Real Madrid.
Real competition, isn't it? Number 1.
Belgium today, where the USA had dreamed of being. You've got to give the Red Devils credit. It was the most compelling performance so far. And don't forget, this is a team sprinkled with a considerable supply of stardust.
Today, the football community is celebrating the 13th annual Anti-Discrimination Day.
Well, as you'll have gathered, the football community this weekend celebrating its 13th annual Anti-Discrimination Day. Part of the global fight against racism and discrimination. And the two captains will be asked to make declarations on behalf of their own national teams. It's all being explained now in Portuguese. Alejandro Sabella, the man at the Argentinian helm. So it was a meritorious victory against the Swiss, believing that Argentina controlled the game. Should have had it finished off much earlier than the 118th minute. Should tell you about the weather. It's a beautiful day here in Brasilia. Very low humidity, as tends to be the case.
Adjustments, every time 3 or 4 big players at once.
Messi with the declaration on behalf of the Argentinian national team, rejecting discrimination on any grounds.
Finals, they reached the semi, Germany.
Namens het nationale team van België veroordelen wij elke vorm van discriminatie in voetbal.
Also company for Belgium, condemning any kind of discrimination in football.
À bannir la discrimination de notre société et à permettre que chacun puisse s'intégrer dans notre sport. Ce n'est qu'en alliant nos forces que nous y parviendrons. Alleen samen zullen wij hierin slagen.
So now we are ready for the two national anthems, and it will be Argentina first. Argentina, plenty of vocal backing in Brasilia today.
Touch by Draxler.
I think that phrase means don't work out by chance. You have a plan, isn't it?
Silva with a little touch where that's offside. Rodrigo Moreno. But they move the ball at such pace when they counter.
Now, if you look at the Spanish squad over the last, I don't know, 8 years or so, in fact 10 years since 2008, since they became European champions.
There's Werner looking for Müller.
Well, Fernando Torres, who was in his prime round about there between 2008 and 12. Not too many fast players, are they, who wear the colours of the national team. As you said, they move it swiftly. And they don't waste their teammates running as well. If somebody is in the right, they play the obvious pass, is what I said, the easy one. Somebody in front of you can see him. He's normally in a good position to receive the ball.
Torres scored the winner, of course, in the Euro 2008 final against Germany. In the 2010 semi-final, his team was beaten by a Puyol goal in Durban, that was. Oh, that's a lovely ball through, and a chance, squandered. Pushed wide by young Werner, but it was a beautiful ball played into him.
I think it's been flagged for offside. Boy, that's tight, isn't it? PK's beaten, drags his shot. Be disappointed how he doesn't touch the target, hit the target. Being flagged or not. He's trying to place it, which is not a bad thing. It's not really out of his feet, so he went for this sort of safer option. It's wide anyway.
Youngest player to 150 Bundesliga appearances. Timo Werner was that mark earlier this month against Stuttgart. Scored at the weekend, Leipzig's first ever win against Bayern. He actually started on the bench that day, came on after 10 minutes, and he went off 5 minutes before the end. And there was concern that he wouldn't be fit to start, the German number 11. Isco. Oh, lovely ball, just popped off to Thiago. Silva instinctively knew.
Didn't have to look.
Can you coach that?
Yes, you can at a very young age. I think it's easier to coach, actually, to players who are actually not particularly quick, because they appreciate that they can't, as kids do, we all did, is if you have the ability, the speed, the strength to run away from people with it. Well, everybody likes to dribble. Early on, if you have good coaching and you...
It's Iniesta. Surrounded by green. Rodrigo Moreno. Support arriving. Isco with a little shimmy, didn't get through that time. Kimmich. Tight triangle, well played Germany getting out until then. Just got a little bit dawdling with Müller. Kimmich, pressure from Silva. His teammates didn't help him there. Silva to Iniesta, still the passing wizard. A wonderful player he's been. Oh, lovely, lovely. Isco. Iniesta's crept into space. He was tackled and tackled well by Hector, but he is having a wonderful game. Andres Iniesta rolling back the years at 33. He's involved again, and was a little foul on Isco.
Yeah, Khedira had enough of the tippy-tappy stuff. The German captain committed a foul. There's so much trust in each other, isn't there? Just to be able to receive the ball under pressure. Admittedly, Germany not flying into tackles. It's not overly physical, not yet, but if they toy with the host like that a little bit more, then Khedira won't be the only one who decides that enough's enough.
Iniesta still very much at the heart of his team. And this is 124th game for Spain. Koke is yet to score for his country at senior level. He's to play a bigger role at the World Cup finals than he did at the Euros, when he came on as a substitute just once. And Silva there will whip the free kick across, and Ramos was up from the back, and here's Julian Draxler now for Germany. Thought he'd overrun it, but he found Müller. get the pass away. Here's Isco. 26 minutes gone, Evan. Isco and Iniesta have been superb.
Ability to glide away from people. At full stretch, they're just a little bit more comfortable with the ball. We saw Drax all of a sudden been in space. He's hardly seen it. And good plays, no matter how accomplished you are, when you've not seen it, all of a sudden then you want to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. He ran with it. He was at full stretch. He toe poked it to Muller, who was at full stretch, wasn't able to get the ball through to Werner. And Spain has the ball back once again.
Germany 0, Spain 1. Time to tell you about games you have coming around the corner for you tomorrow morning. Join us at 11:45 on 1XG4K HD for Tranmere Rovers against Eastleigh in the Vanarama. England under 21, Romania under 21 tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Germany against Brazil Tuesday. Evan and I lucky enough to be doing that one as well. Here's Silva. Moreno tried to find him with a return and he went wide.
I just thought he was going to drop his shoulder to the right and move to the left. David Silva wins the ball back. It's just that passage of play down in the corner. That was a joy to watch.
He knows all about Iniesta, but his team can't get to grips with the man they called the Pale Knight in his time. Iniesta, the illusionist, one of his Spanish nicknames.
Not easy to make the transition from a great wide player to an equally great central midfielder now, if you like. He plays most of that position for Barcelona and for the national team, but when you can caress the ball and are able to see play so easily and find them, of course you still have to maintain your fitness and your desire, of course, to play at this level, and he's done that superbly well.
I think he's looked a little bit off the pace, Muller.
Muller's like that, you know, in lots of games actually. He doesn't. Technically, he's not as proficient as a lot of these players. You don't see him getting involved in too much of the one-touch delicate play, even for Bayern Munich. But he's a great finisher of moves. That's his ability, you know, to find space and be brave enough as well, you know, to do what is the hardest thing to do in football, is to make that final touch and stick it into the back of the net. So his role is not to be involved too much in the development plays. His best work is done further forward.
Golden Boot winner at World Cup 10, Silver Boot winner at 2014. That's a little bit careless, away by Carvajal. Werner, support arriving in the middle. Good kick up through the gears. And it's a good job that Ramos missed the cross. He might have poked it beyond his own goalkeeper. It's cleared by Jordi Alba. And here's Isco. It's 3-on-3. Khedira trying to get back for Germany and getting back. Isco. Silva is in the wide position. Has he delayed a little bit too long, I wonder? Iniesta arriving. Here's Rodrigo Moreno back into the middle. They've slightly overplayed it and it's lifted over in the end by Iniesta.
Well, that's a shame, a great move. They found the ball actually from Rodrigo Moreno, was betwixt and between. Just a little bit behind Koke. Not quite on the money for Isco. And this is Iniesta, balloons over. We talked about the lack of pace, or we felt that there was a lack of pace in the Spanish back line, didn't we? Werner's exposed it. Not once, but twice. Flagged offside and pulled the shot wide, but that was nice acceleration. Past Gerard Piqué once again. Nobody was able to take advantage of the cutback. So if there is one area that, you know, we do feel like they are slightly vulnerable, is